Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please consult your directory and call again, or ask your operator for assistance.
WNYU is the best f***ing radio station of all time, and I f***ing love WNYU.
WNYU, WNYU, WNYU,
You listening to 89.1 New York, all that. It's your boy Tyler. Make sure your jeans are clean. Yes.
I'm the associate net director.
Thank you.
Beep beep. Vroom vroom. It's Charlie XCX, and you're listening to WNYU 89.1 FM. Beep beep.
I'm Sawyer Smith. I do the new afternoon show Fridays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So I started right when the studio closed down for COVID, so I, didn't really interact with the studio until, I guess, half a year ago. But, I've liked getting to know the community. It's been cool to see we've opened it back up to having, live performances from musicians, so that was very cool to see.
Hi, WNYU. This is Christina from Archives. I enjoy WNYU because everyone in there is very nice, and I haven't gone in when someone else was there and heard a song that I didn't add to my Spotify or something. Good music, great people, and it's nice to just go in and play the drums before class or something. I enjoy that, or later in my years, something like, yay! So, yeah, WNYU, it's called W for a reason, is what I'm saying.
I'm Celeste. I have a show on Thursdays. It's called Country Without Cowboys, and it features the woman in country music from the 70s. One of my favorite moments was I was doing a moment on my show where I was talking about the influence of Dolly Parton, and I was playing modern country singers. So I was doing some Shania Twain, some of the Chicks, some Taylor Swift, and that day Camelia was fixing the IR machine, so my music kept pausing while she was doing it. It was just really funny, but it was nice because we were just dancing in the station, and I feel like that's what WNYU is all about, just having fun playing your music.
Hi, I'm Jen. I am music director at WNYU.
I'm so sorry. WNYU.org.
Yeah.
I'm the associate net director.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed with the IR machine. I'm obsessed with organizing the IR machine. Off the top of my head,
yeah, just right off the top of your head.
Oh man.
So sorry, we keep interrupting.
Oh my god, did we mess up your shot?
We keep interrupting.
Sorry.
WNYU.org.
Private meeting!
Oh, sorry.
Oh god, oh god, oh boy, oh god, oh god.
Who's the straggler? Hi, Matt.
I'm not a gossip boy. You might not get a chair. Story. Yeah, you can see. I got it.
Okay. Are we still rolling?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the deluge right there. I think on one thing, I got to interview Magdalena Bay for the through WNYU this semester. That was a dream come true. I still can't believe that happened. And on another note, last semester when I had my really bad concussion, I think everyone supported me through it really well, and Cate was really accommodating with it. And I'm just glad that I still get to be on here, and I'm really grateful to hear everyone here at WNYU. It was really sweet. I'm gonna miss you guys so much, and you guys made management what it was this semester. I'm gonna really miss you guys so much.
Before that, we heard, of course, Hello Mary, a local band. Their song Stinge, one of 2 new singles recently released alongside Sink In. I think I'm more partial to Sink In, but Stinge is definitely one that kind of, I don't know, it hits you right in the face, shall we say. Hello Mary, a great rising star band. If you haven't heard their debut album, I highly recommend. Before that, we heard Bodega. Their song Doers is off the new album Broken Equipment, and we kicked off the set with 2 tracks from my album of the week. Jack White's Fear of the Dawn, his 4th studio LP. We heard The White Raven, and then What's the Trick? 2 of 12 really great tracks. Well, 11 really great tracks, and then there's another one. But regardless, we'll talk about that again later.
Is that it takes 2. Let's say you got a bunch of music. You can only hold them. Say you have a bunch of music. You don't have to load it up into 2 of these flash drives. You don't even need, like this one doesn't even need to be in. This can link it for you. As long as these 2 are in together in the same mixer, you can load it. So you'll only ever need 1 flash drive to get that going.
Hi, this is Aria from The Rundown. So I am the grand prize winner of NPR's College Podcast Challenge this year.
Woo! Yes!
I'm feeling pretty good. Honestly, it's a Monday, and I just woke up to the story, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good week. This is gonna be. I mean, obviously, I knew before the story went live, but I'm still really like overwhelmed by all the like DMs, like people congratulating me, and my professor actually like found out this morning just by listening to NPR, and like she brought it up in class, and I was like, oh, how'd you know? So like I'm like getting used to like, I don't know, people saying nice stuff to me, which is really good. I don't know what's next. I guess ideally I would really want to get an internship at NPR. Probably next summer I'm gonna try to get an internship at WNYC, and next is to like keep working at The Rundown. I'm gonna apply for management, so I guess that's my next career achievement is NPR WNYU management.
Which one's more important is the question.
I would say management.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I would definitely say management is
you heard it here first.
Tastes better.
Thing, like
I'm obsessed with the iron machine. I'm obsessed with organizing the iron machine.
Thank you for doing that.
The first page,
for doing
guys,
that.
it's so fun. It's not completely. Like, I would say there's like 1/4 of it that's done. But I have my show this week, and I also have time tomorrow to come in. Like, basically, there's a bunch of shit on there. Everything that we've ever recorded is still on there. It's just not a button that you can press. So I put a new sign with like all the things, and then once we get all the show promos, that'll be on there.
Is that accurate? Because I pressed one today and it said nothing was on there, and it was like number 18, and it wasn't what it said.
I'll check. Oh my god, I'll check.
Or if it was, I didn't see if it was on the right bank or not. Right. But
my name is Camelia. I'm a drama student. I applied for a net show, and I started November 8th or 9th. The first Sunday of November, I started. 2019. Well, honestly, one of my favorite experiences so far just been this year, and like being able to come back in person. That's probably, and like I love management meetings. Like I love being in the meetings, and I love everyone in there. Everyone on management is so cool. Every single person at the station is really cool.
If you had to describe Andrew,
yes,
as a fruit, what fruit would you choose?
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit. Ooh, nice.
I'm Andrew. I am the engineering director.
What does the W stand for in WNYU?
Passion fruit. Passion fruit.
Hello there, my name is Andrea Cacho, and this is my hot take. WNYU has a lot of good shows, a lot of good music. People don't be really fucking listening to radio like that, man. Someone's gotta, I don't know, prompt this shit. I don't fucking know. Someone's gotta, bring this shit up, man. And yeah, marketing is a strategy. But I think it takes even way more than marketing, man. It's gonna take, physical force.
Yeah. Very nice.
My WNYU, this is anonymous.
My WNYU hot take is that the lights in the live room are the worst thing in the world. They're bright and dark at the same time, and they're angled in a very peculiar way. And I think honestly, why? They went out their way to make it look weird. No offense. I'm grateful that we even have lights. But damn.
How do I put my shows together? So mine's called Scatterbrained, and the idea of it, every week we explore a new motif, a new idea, a new concept, devoid of genre, space, and time. So my first one was all about bananas. Every single song you can think about with bananas in the title, in the lyrics, in the song. It was all about bananas. This week is about good songs and the songs that came afterwards. Otherwise, songs that sampled other songs or songs that covered other songs. And I just rack my brain. The things that I've listened to, the things I grew up with, the things I'm growing up with right now. And it makes a playlist. Or maybe it doesn't. We only got 2 hours. That's Scatterbrained.
WNYU FM New York.
My name's Ian Fishman. I'm the Associate Net Director at WNYU during the spring of 2022 semester. What do I do here? Am I allowed to curse? I'm not going to curse.
No, you can. You're allowed to curse.
I facilitate stuff with MC over on the Net Grid. We've pretty much packed the Net Grid full of weird shows. We administrate different DJs, we onboard them onto the .org, and we just sort of keep them organized, and I email them if they're doing it wrong.
Great, thank you.
I'm MC. Yeah, so I'm the Thursday DJ for The Sound Between, and I'm also the Net Radio Director.
What does the W stand for in WNYU?
Nothing. They just say it to make radios look cool.
Yeah. I'm Dylan.
Hi.
I'm Karishma.
We're podcast hosters.
Yeah.
Rose-colored glasses.
Rose-colored glasses. What podcast are you talking about? All your favorite types of media under a socialist line.
So true, comrade.
And you know, Rose is because socialism. That's our intro.
A restaurant?
My mom actually stole it from a restaurant. It was like a dessert that you had to crack open, and she really wanted this hammer, so she stole it. And it just so happens to look like a gavel, and it was a subject of conversation at management meetings. I think one of my favorite things that I ever did was the first couple stories I did on the rundown were really cool and really awesome, and that's kind of what sparked my love for this station. Is I got to go to a group hexing in Brooklyn at a witch store. It was all during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings for Supreme Court, and so I went to a community hexing of Brett Kavanaugh, and I recorded it and interviewed some Wiccans, which was super cool. I also got to go to a protest inside the Museum of Natural History for Indigenous Peoples Day, which was really exciting. Advice, I mean, this station is so special, and WNYU has so much history and so many cool anecdotes and people that have come through here, so don't know, bask in that legacy. That's something that I love about the station a lot, is just like being a part of this cool piece of history. And also just like, I don't know, have fun and enjoy it and be here as much as you can, because especially for me, who got 2 years of my college experience taken away from me with COVID, I spend a lot of time in here and I love it, and it's quiet and it's a home. And like make friends and keep these people close, because they're all going to be doing really cool things someday. I have friends that have moved on from WNYU that are working at NPR now.
The dream.
Yeah, really. And so keep these connections and like respect this space and just like soak it up. Yeah.
And then we have up here, there's Grace with one of our reporters, Adelaide. They're also roommates. That's also Grace. Damn, there's too many pictures of Grace on here. Camelia right here. And we got, so Anna used to be the program director, and then that's Andrew, the engineering director. Now, what's funny about these two pictures here, they say first pick and second pick of 2021. They thought that they had the first two pictures with the Polaroid, but actually we had fixed it the previous day. This is the real first picture with it. So, but they put these in and thought they were the first ones. And then here's us giving Matt a bun. It's Matthew, the sports director, Kate, Anna, me, Grace, and then let's see. Oh, over here we have, where is it? There's Izzy and Sorella. And that's the rundown meeting from 2019. And if you look closely, you can see John, archives director.
Oh my god, that's his origin story.
Yeah, and then there's origin story. And then that is a reporter who I actually worked with on several pieces. That's Joey.
Very, very cool.
Harrison, former news director.
Look at my hair! Oh my god.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, so there you go. I think that's all that there'll be some stuff. Oh, there's me as well.
It's definitely been a blast this year. I totally, it was crazy joining sophomore year and really getting into it, and then COVID shut everything down, so I did the radio remotely. And that was still fun, but it was totally different and a bummer. So I'm really grateful that we were able to be back this year. I feel like I've really gelled well with everyone here, and not only are we coworkers, but we're friends, and it's just been a really great community coming off of COVID and having my last year here. So I'm really grateful, and yeah, it's gonna be sad to leave, but I know I will still be friends with everyone. Yes, I think as fun as WNYU is, it's a blast. It's also a place where I've learned a lot, and I feel like I've learned a lot of things professionally. I feel like it was training wheels for dealing with coworkers and dealing with obstacles, especially with COVID, obstacles in your work life, and how to brainstorm and get over different hurdles. And I'm really glad that I was able to do it in a very safe and padded setting. So that's just a good reminder. Just remember that as fun as it is, this is also a really good learning experience, and one that I highly recommend. No matter what your involvement is, I think there's some really good skills you can learn from here, and just by being here they'll come up.
Being in charge of sports is great. You just get for 30 minutes to 45 minutes every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, plus the 4+ podcasts that we have, assuming that I'm on them, although I'm on a lot of them, but not all of them. But I know that each one is a great time, and we just get, to talk about the things that we love to do with people that also want to talk about the things that we want to talk about. So it's great. It's the best times of my week, just going out there and just talking freely about the stuff that we love to talk about. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of repeating myself. It is weird. The sports department is such a its own thing, especially when you talk about NYU, right? If any of the schools that you think about having a sports department at their radio station, NYU is the weirdest one ever. I remember when I was here for the first week, and I did sports radio in high school, but that's just because the high school radio was so small that I could just kind of do whatever I wanted to do, and I kind of created it was like a sports director, but the sports director he did something else. Like he was the broadcaster for when we broadcasted our games. Like actually having sports talk on the station was like, that was just something that I did with my friends for fun, just because that's what I listened to. But coming here and seeing that there was like an actual like department that was the sports department was kind of funny, because of all the schools, NYU, you got the artsy music, theater kids that are all like super, NYU-y, and then there's the sports department. It's hilarious, but it's been fun. I still love it, and it's weird, and like the whole dynamic is weird, but I love all the people here, so it's really fun, and I'm glad that I'm able to be a part of it.
My name is Nazir Azel Conway. This is my government name. We don't talk about that. I am a audio engineer, and I also play music.
Where would you want this station, if you could put the station anywhere on campus, where would you put the station?
Anywhere on campus, man. Oh, man. I'd love to put it 12th floor at Kimmel. Oh, my God.
Wouldn't it be cool? It would be really nice.
It'd be really nice, right? Because then you could just have events there. You got Battle of the Bands. It's a nice open theater. We could just vibe there, have good events. But yes, that's where I'd put it. The coolest place to put it.
I mean, I do, you know what? Don't change for anybody. Keep it where it is, but like right in the middle of the park. Like I want an antenna coming out of the fountain, and then have people know that that's where. Underneath the fountain, like an Indiana Jones National Treasure thing, where it's like a big conspiracy where it like comes from underneath the Washington Square fountain, and it's in the arch. I don't know.
Oh, that was me. I got squished in here. So, I don't know about favorite time in the station, but one time one of the other departments were meeting, and the department head started to give a tour, and they started opening the rolling rack while I was cataloging some of the CDs. So there's that.
All right, Death by
Rolling Rack. That's Death by DRR. Please, I'm too young.
WNYU. I'm Nia, and I'm reporter and editor for The Rundown, and I'm host of Five Senses. I think I found out through the career fair might have been like around winter 2020, and then I applied for a podcast spring 2021, got rejected. Woo! So then I joined Rundown, and I love it here. And then I applied for a podcast again, fall 2021, and I've had 5 senses since.
My name is Annika, and I am the publicity director at WNYU, and also I host Motown Records. That's Mo with an E. One time, my friend had her show on Halloween, and we came in and did a Halloween special, and it was really fun.
What does the W stand for at WNYU?
Words.
Words, perfect. Hi, John. And
wait, this is the archives director for the archive.
Hello. Hi, this is Jonathan. I was the spring 2022 archives director of WNYU, and it's been a hot minute, but I will talk as if I'm speaking in the present, and this present being spring of 2022 instead of August 11th. But anyways, the archives department this spring really just made me so happy. It was just such a joyful experience and such a joyful environment to be a part of, and I'm so happy that I could say that I hopefully was part of the reason perhaps that it was the environment it was this past spring semester. The archives department for a few years, partially due to the COVID pandemic and partially not, the archives department at WNYU has just kind of been laying low for some time. And it used to be, you know, really thriving with these zines and this sort of collective physical material, and a sort of like collective and collectible physical material sort of atmosphere, I guess. But it's, yeah, the archives department was kind of laying low for a few years, and up until last semester with Gertrude, there wasn't really like much going on. But last semester with the last archives director in the fall of 2021, Gertrude, and spring 2022, myself, the archives department, I feel, has like really come back, and it's really been thriving, and now it's under the direction of Finn, which I'm so happy about. And it's the archives department at WNYU it's really come back. It's really been revived, and I'm just kind of talking in circles. But yeah, so we accomplished a lot of stuff this past semester. We brought back zines. You know, we really brought back some YouTube content, which I'm really happy about. The zine is probably the thing that I'm most proud of, at least during my time as archives director, because that is a really exciting thing for like any radio station to have, for any sort of club or extracurricular activity to have, you know, like a zine just sort of existing as this archival testament to the love of creating art and writing and collaging and playlist typing and just all these sort of embodiments of creation that like exists. This sort of like creation, the ability of, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say like WNYU, just as a student-run radio station, is just filled with so many creative people, and all that creativity is obviously seen like on air and on net with the types of radio shows that we have, the types of DJ sets that we put on, the types of live sets that we do. But there's really a whole other side of creativity that exists in all of the WNYU station members that, you know, was kind of simmering under the surface until, you know, it's brought out in a zine, like it has been years ago with WNYU, especially with the static zine that we used to have. So I'm just really happy that now, again, and hopefully for the foreseeable future, you know, the zine will continue to be a sort of testament to the love of creation and just like, I don't know, I just want people to put weird, crazy art into the world, and I really like that the WNYU Archives Department zine can sort of exist as a vehicle for that. Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to say. What else? I don't know. I love WNYU. I love the Archives Department. I hope that it continues to thrive and just become more and more multifaceted as the years go on. And I'm so excited to see what happens with it. And I love everyone that has ever and will ever be a part of the Archives Department, because we're all just weird little librarians, and I think that's neat. So, peace.
Just made it this morning. I was like, I want this beer tab on my...
Okay, yeah, I put this on because it was a little colder tonight than it was today. But check this shit out. This is a Sea Blues Richmond, Virginia shirt. Hold on. I have to ID my tracks. These are just Dickies. These are my Maite Samba. She's a crazy buck skater from Belgium. And here we go. Okay, so now we turn on the mic and we ID our old tracks. Remember to pause your music. Hello and welcome to Motown Records on WNYU.org.
That was Why Do You Go by Cult Club, and you also just heard Bonnie Tyler's I've Got So Used to Loving You. We love a country queen.
think I'm more partial to Sink In, but Stinge is definitely one that kind of, I don't know, it hits you right in the face.
Coming up next, we're going to be listening to Duster's brand new song, Familiar Fields, which just came out this week, actually.
Enjoy. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll miss you.
Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm John.
I'm George.
I'm Ringo.
And we are the Beatles. And you're listening to WNYU 89.1 FM.
Stream Abbey Road Love.
Hi, my name's Bianca, and
do you want to show me something you've drawn?
Yeah, I want to show you Gerald. That's Gerald right there.
Gerald?
Gerald.
Perfect. Hi, Gerald. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he's my child, so glad I was able to share him with you.
Thank you.
My name is Anna. I host Radio Revolucion. I play Latin American experimental music every Fridays from 10:30 to 11:30. I love the station. I think it's the best facility on campus. I love coming here. I love doing my show. I love bringing people, love letting people know about it. It's a great place to chill, have great memories here, and I love the space so much.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm the Associate News Director and host of The Rundown. It's really hard to think about memories because I feel like WNYU has very much been the most tangible form of, it's been the most intense form of community I think I've had at NYU. So there are a lot of good memories. I think one of my favorites was when we all kind of came together as a big radio station outside the station, and we all went to play kickball at the East River Park. And it just really brought out this hyper competitive side in me. And the other team will tell you that they won the kickball game, but really we won the kickball game fair and square because of me.
So they did not specify live mixing or just playlist. They said the Red Bull car has a sound system that we can use to play with. And I was like, okay. But she did offer DDJs and CDJs. We can bring that stuff. And she also offered us to have our own WNYU tent at the event. So if we want to have like separate DJ sets at our own little booth, we could give out merch, we could talk about WNYU stuff, we could also just like hang out. So that's really cool.
My name's Andrea, Cacho, and I host Bath Time Rave Sundays from 9 to 11 p.m. Well, basically Bath Time Rave is like a show about the exploration of the experimental rave scene. So we play neo perreo, mosh pit rock, and hyper pop, and that's what I play. Sure, I think I actually did this the other day. Ivy Queen, la fucking diosa.
Amazing.
Ivy Queen is like a legendary reggaetonera, guys, okay?
It's right next to the faces, too.
Yes, exactly. It's the ratings.
I'm Jill. I run NAS on Thursdays with Ethan. So when I first started getting involved at the station, which was earlier this year because I'm graduating, which I'm so mad about, Jack and Grace were like the first two people that we met here, and like the first thing that they the first interaction we really had with them was where they were telling us the story about how Grace was reading this PSA about like manatees or something about some large animal and something about gaining weight but in the form of adopting a man. I don't know, whatever it was, it made her laugh really, really hard, and she played back the recording for Ethan and I of her just absolutely losing it on the air trying to read this PSA, and I was like, oh, that's really funny, that's never gonna happen to me, I can keep a straight face, whatever. Lo and behold, a couple weeks later, Ethan and I had started doing this thing where we would just one of us would read the PSA and we wouldn't tell the other one which one we were gonna read before we did it, so it'd be a surprise. You know how some of them are kind of goofy and they got some raunchy jokes in there, it's all kind of silly. We would just try to pick the most ridiculous ones and try to make the other person laugh. But then, so I picked some ridiculous, I think the one about respecting women or mountains enough to not take their tops off or something like that. I don't really remember. It's some stupid joke. I was like, oh, haha, this is a funny one. I'll get him with this. So as I'm reading it, he uses the IR machine and he puts on Take On Me by Aha. And he just starts I didn't realize that it was playing, and I'm trying to read this PSA, and he just starts slowly increasing the volume of take on me, like as I'm reading it, and I don't really know what's going on, but like when that happens to you, it's really funny, like in an unsettling way. So I'm absolutely losing it on the air, and that definitely
That one's a good one, yeah.
That was probably my favorite memory that time. Oh, but Feeble Little Horse coming in and doing that live session was absolutely insane. I mean, that was like not really like a goofy memory. That was just like a really super cool thing that we got to do here. So.
Hola, hola, it's Rosalia, and you're listening to 89.1 FM WNYU. Motomami, motomami, motomami.
Yay! These puffs. Cops pull up, push you in some handcuffs. Cops pull up, push you in some handcuffs. Yeah, Reese's Puffs are the best cereal. No, they ain't a waste of material.
I am theoretically a senior, so I would be graduating. And I am so glad I'm not, just because I get to be here for longer. But at the same time, it's going to be like the most different thing in the world without all the people who I've come to know so well, who are seniors leaving. I don't know. I met some of my favorite people who I've ever known here in just the year that I've been here, and a lot of those people are seniors and are not going to be here next year. And that's really rough to think about, like that idea. But I know that like both because of what they've already done and worked towards as like college students, and also like just because of the talent I know that they have and everything, and how like incredible people I know that they are, they're gonna like be incredibly successful and probably famous one day, and so it's worth it, you know.
My favorite thing about the station is how it's been able to remain so fun and quirky, even in a big place like this. I would always get a little mad because nobody would come here, like no one really knows each other. But when you think about it, everybody has their own experience with the station and comes down to do things that they love. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who loves to create and doesn't want to be like held back by what other people like to do here, this is not the space. This is not a space that'll hold you back. It'll keep you pushing. It'll propel you, because you'll meet so many other weirdos like yourself that it's just how life does it to you. You'll have conversations and dreams and all sorts of works that you'll look back at, and I'm also hoping to look back at and say, damn, I guess it really did come together. So I love the station because the station loves us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And shout out to Sharon, the one and only, the woman behind the camera. The woman behind the camera.
I have to let you know that my name is Shayna.
I think we're being filmed.
I think we are. This is a documentary. You're supposed to not.
This is gonna be like when we're 70 and we're like old rockers and we die of like a drug overdose.
Oh, and they're gonna play
this footage,
clip?
yeah, in our documentary.
This is what happens if you don't show up to a rundown meeting. Consider yourself
the cheese. Cheese.